Okay, so last week we said that we would do page 26. Now my phone is making a little bunch of noises.
Just wanting to rest.
Hold on.
You may.
Okay, so Tikkun HaLuach Aidei Reb Hillel. The Takana Shetikkun Hillel Labor Ikris Kosh Shonim Al Pi Rio Simonim Levi Al Pi Cheshbon Oisa Mapchanis V'Chashuva B'Yosef V'Told Osa Ibor. This is why we have to know this, because this was a revolution. Whatever went on beforehand, it's not clear. That's what we saw in the past few pages, right? But we definitely know that at the time of Hillel, we definitely left behind the sightings. They no longer took place, and now we went completely over to Cheshbon. What the Cheshbon was, that's a separate question, but definitely went over to Cheshbon at this time. Okay. There are many different Masoros, as we saw. The Rambam doesn't even bring down who did it. It says B'Yimei Abaye Barava. Who? They don't know. But so they're in Masoros. Mikol Masoros HaMekubels B'Yoser Zu Shuba B'Sefer Ibra Abram B'Chia B'Nosi B'Shem of Hagon, because it's not in the Gemara itself. Lefia, according to which Rapila ben Yehuda and the Seal, who should take it as a Luach Pi Cheshbon. That's a Chokrim Mush Masoros U'Achena Chona B'Yisoda. So evidently some researchers concur with this. Rapila based in Okiskin B'Shnas Tough Kufyu Test 359. Shemikam Bech Yafsikul Kech Chodashim Apiria Sayarech. Forget about the moon. Forget about the seasons. Everything will be reckoned. Right? This is he gave us the principles and the basis. But the Rosaboyim in the subsequent generation they became more precise and upgraded Luach based on Rebel's foundation. I was so much now Dollar Tov Reish, Bamsa Mesh Tet 9 in the middle of the 9th century, Nechtam Luach Adoros. Luach was styled for steel for generations. Akiva Surah so peace, and received its complete format. Sorry?
Final format.
Final format, thank you. As it is in our hands today. Okay, so the I think that it's important to know that, of course, there is a Reb Hillel in Sanhedrin who says, "En Mashiach liYisrael," and Reb Yosef says, "Surely Mori Reb Hillel," who said this, Chas v'Shalom, there is a Mashiach to Am Yisrael. But I think that what Reb Hillel was saying, perhaps, although Reb Yosef did not understand this way, is that it ain't happening for a long time. And that, and in fact, the Farshim say that Reb Hillel didn't even mean there's no Mashiach. Of course, it has to be Mashiach, but there won't be any Mosa Mashiach, right? In fact, I think the Gemara itself says that Shekfar Chulu B'Yimei Chizkiah. Then the Mosa Mashiach were already enjoyed by us in days of Chizkiah and Hamel Chizkiah. And so, the closer we get to the year 6000, the more it seems Reb Hillel was correct. Even there will be a Mosa Mashiach, there'll be far fewer than was anticipated by early Chazal. So Chazal, it seems, held, well, Mashiach is, many of them held, Mashiach is imminent. It's coming quick, soon. And therefore, they did not necessarily see a need to be Masakin Luach. But Reb Hillel saw there's going to be long goes, and there's not going to be smicha for a long time, and we need therefore a luach. So I think those two things are linked to each other. Okay, the fact that Reb Hillel said "Ein Mashiach Yisrael," meaning the most of Mashiach, when they take place, will be very few, if at all, and towards the end of time, towards the year 6000, and therefore not going to be any smicha until Mashiach comes. In other words, I'm the last samuch. So then, my Sanhedrin, last Sanhedrin. So therefore, it is essential that I make a luach for all time. Okay, so that is what? Sorry.
Eight lasot l'Hashem.
Right, good. Eis Lasot Hashem, absolutely, yes. Okay, so, but in the meantime, he doesn't actually say that here. He doesn't give the motivation. So, but we will go, first he talks about, why should we assume that Hillel did not etch everything in stone? We have documents the time after Rabbi Hillel, the second Luach, they don't jibe with our principles. Some of them said that Rosh Hashanah came out on the first day of the week, on Sunday. Because in Luach HaKavua we have Lo Adu Rosh. Rosh Hashanah can't come out on Sunday, Wednesday, or Friday. Based on Michtav Rosh Hashanah, Mishnah Dal Taksav, which is on the next page here, 836. Muval Amud 27. Megalish Mishnah Zuadani Shonim Haklon Kvios Shonim Me'elish Luach HaKavua indicates that they still had different principles at the time. Shkein Eid Tachem Simon Kvios Shonim Shenikba Oz Zayin Ches Gimel. Which I assume he's going to explain because I don't know offhand what that means. Rabbi ben Meir, of course, 922, as we shall see on page 290. Tennis lesber rak. You can explain it only if the only can assume that the final format was not long before the bikuach. Rosh Yeshivas Eretz Yisrael yinaseh letaken la'era klolim hakvuim hamukudashim ba'am zelamal chamesh mil shana. How could the Rosh Yeshiva in Eretz Yisrael, who was a Reish Shamayim and a Talmid Chacham, argue on principles which assumedly had been accepted 500 years earlier at the time of Hillel HaSheni, right? So, and that's over 500 years earlier. So therefore, must be that things are not etched in stone yet. So by mentioning their claim, so what did he put into effect? We don't know exactly what. Mayo claim cheshbon sheitkin Hillel. Mayo shinu by tikunim shichnusu lelach b'doros abo achrei cheshbonos ha'ibur b'tkufa zu. We don't know what he put into effect. What came into effect later on. Yishnas dal tkuf kutes at somach l'shnas dal tavresh. Hayu sodos kimusim. They're hidden secrets. So you yodim or yudim l'chavri vad ha'ibur bilvad. We know by the committee. Okay, they made the reckonings in secret. Low Pearson, some they not publicize them. Therefore, we can't know precisely. Can't know precisely what the difference is. Since we don't know, that's why many people assume that Hillel put it precisely into place at the time, perhaps. Okay, so but because the doctrines of ideas and the knowledge we have, now on the spirit, bear in mind, much of this we know because of the Cairo Geniza. In other words, the whole machlekes between Reb Sadi Gold and Rabbi Rahamim Meir, which because of tremendous tumult in Am Yisrael, was suppressed. People didn't know about it until the Cairo Geniza came to light. Right? Perhaps people knew about hints a bit here and there, but the main documentation comes from the Cairo Geniza, which means that until the 1800s, people didn't know that this whole machlokas took place. At least most people didn't know. I don't know if anybody didn't know, but most people did not know. It's an amazing thing because it was for over almost 1,000 years. This machlokas was forgotten, but it took place. People didn't know. Now, if you look at a lot of scattered evidence in the Talmud and the Medrash, we can reconstruct perhaps the principles of Cheshbonis, Kubas, and what happened in various different periods. Okay, ניסיון מוצלח וכמעט מושלם בשלב זה זכרים וחשבונות שלוח העברי בתקופות השונות. A pretty good reconstruction, but was also Chacham Tzadik Yava besifro Koros Cheshbon HaIbur Tamtitzo v'Tavlo Shulchanov, and I don't know how great it was, but the author of our book here, what's his name again? Rabbi Sher-Shalom says that he thinks he's a pretty good suggestions, and this is the tamtzit, the synopsis. Cheshbonos Luach Ivri b'tkufa shonos. Cheshbonos different periods. Tavlazu banisi al yisod hashkafosav shichzurav. I built this on the basis of the perspectives and reconstructions shel hamelumad yafeh the sifra now of the educated person yafeh in his book. Avakashas of course appear mivaseis now sanitunim esashos yifnei sefer now. Okay, you can look in that book if you want more information. Okay, midas hachodesh hamemutza. The first issue is the length of an average month, which we know is today kat yav tashsag, 29 days, 12 hours, and 793 halakim. Okay, so Bizmachko period when they did this reckon based on the sightings, we don't, people didn't reckon on it, assumedly didn't take that into account. Everything went on sightings, so therefore when some nights are 29, some up to 30, was kind of random, right? Obviously they couldn't lag too far and have too big a discrepancy for the molad, but it was kind of a random. Al Pichas B'Naisis Rabbi Akiva. Now Rabbi Akiva evidently had a interim luach, and according to this, Hashach will call the Shlosha Chalokim. The hour was divided into 3 chalokim, not 1,080, like later came into effect, but 3 chalokim, right? Kat Yav Ba, right? 29 days plus 12 1/3 hours. Okay, 12 2/3 hours. Sorry. Shows Kat Yav Tashach, or if you want to convert it to 1,080 chalokim, like we have today, it's Kat Yav Tashach, right? 29 days, 12 hours, and 720 chalokim, as opposed to 793 chalokim. Okay. Api Chashos Rav Hillel, Hashach Chol 15 chalokim. What's the next word? Chilim? I'm supposed to Yodos, he called them Chilim. Okay, Kat Yav Ya, 29 days and 12 11/15 hours. Kat Yav Tashsav, 29 days, 12 chalokim, and 793, 12 hours, sorry, 793 chalokim. 92, sorry. The Cheshbonos Luach HaKavua in the final format, Sham Mechulekes Le 1,080 chalakim, Kat Yav Tashsag 29 days, 793 chalakim. I mean, skip 29 days, 12 hours, 793 chalakim. Nekudas HaMotzah LeCheshbon HaMolad. What is the origin of the cheshbon of the molad, which is now, as we're going to see in the last column of this luach, is assumed is a point in time before the creation of the world. Okay, it's called molad tohu, the molad which took place in the year of tohu. Okay, according to Bizmach Kobas Piria, as Kodesh Kabua P Edim Sharos Yarech HaChadosh. We don't need a time to reckon, from which to reckon the molad, because every month we base it on how people saw it, right? According to Apichas Rabbi Akiva, Likui Chama b'molad Kislev Gimel Tat. Evidently, there was a solar eclipse, and this is all news to me. Okay, I did not know any of this. The rest of this Actually, I knew column 1 and column 4, but not column 2 and column 3. Column 2 being the Cheshbon and Rabbi Akiva, Chesh Rabbi Hillel. So he says there was a solar eclipse which happened at the Molad of Kislev Gimel Tat'ah, 15th of November, 1:14 of the Common Era. That was a Wednesday at the 15th hour. Okay, solar eclipses can be reconstructed, so therefore I assume it's a fact that there was a solar eclipse at that time, and somehow, for some reason, which I have no idea why there should be, they started Cheshbon Molodas from that time.
Okay.
According to Cheshbon Rabbi Hillel, and again, I have no idea where this should be. It certainly does not appear anywhere that I ever saw before. It goes after Likui Chama, a solar eclipse, B'molad Nisan Dalet Takyat, Dalet Kufyutes, the 15th of March, 3:59. Emtza Likui Tchilas Leil Gimel, and the middle of this eclipse was at the beginning of a Tuesday evening. Okay.
So that's interesting because it's the year that they cite for Reb Hillel having done the calendar.
Right. I'm sure it's not a coincidence. And then the Cheshbonis Luach Kavua, this we know. Molad Vid Shari Shoinel Adam. The Molad of Vid, which is it was the 6th hour and the 6th day, the 14th hour of and this was on Tishrei of the first day of Adam, Shumola Baharad, which is the Mola which took place on a Monday, in the 5th hour, at and 204 Chalokim, in the first year of the Yetzirah, meaning before Adam Rishon was before Adam Rishon was created. Baharad is the first.
So.
What?
I think so.
Yeah, Vid must be when he was already alive. Right. So Baharad was before he was created. Okay, I hope I assume it's going to explain all these things because I knew that, but I forgot what it actually connotes. Okay. Tchulas Rosh Hashanah, the third row in this table is Tchulas Rosh Hashanah V'Atchios. When will Rosh Hashanah take place, and what do we push off on account of Rosh Hashanah? When we want it to take place. So at the time of Al-Piriya, Rosh Hashanah B'chol Amodim Yechul Yechul B'chol Yom Yimei HaShavua. Could happen any day of the week. After Cheshbon Rabbi Akiva, Rosh Hashanah Yechol Yechul B'chol Yom Yimei HaShavua. It still could happen any day of the week. But it took place, obviously, it was no longer take place based on sightings. It took place based on reckoning. So it took place, it would have to be the day after the Molad. If the Molad took place after midnight, then it took place 2 days later. Because it had to be a day in which you can likely to see the moon. Okay. According to Rabbi Hillel, Rosh Hashanah was only pushed off on Wednesdays, or will come out on Wednesday or Friday, because then Hoshana, then Yom Kippur come out either on a Sunday or a Friday, and we didn't want either one of those things to happen. Muchayos Gam B'Yom Aleph. It took place on a Sunday, also pushed off because then Hoshana Rabbah will come out on Shabbos, and we don't want Hoshana Rabbah to come out on Shabbos. Also, it was pushed off on account of Molad Zaken, which means if the Molad took place more after noon on the day which should have been Rosh Hashanah, so then they pushed it off till the next day, or if the next day was Wednesday or Friday, they pushed it off 2 days. And also there are the two tchios which are derivatives of that, which are Gatrad and Betu Takpat, which he's not mentioning for some reason yet. And the Cheshbonis Luach Kavua, Rosh Hashanah Yitchem Yom HaMolad Ba'arba Mikrim. Adu, Molad Zaken. He does mention them. The Old State Tchios, I thought were these two Tchios. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm treating Rabbi Akiva on this one. But anyway, I'm treating Rabbi Hillel now. But anyway, this is Gatrad and Betu Takpat means the Molad comes out on a Tuesday, 9 hours and 204 chalakim today, or on a Monday, 15 hours and 589 chalakim today, which is going to be explained on page 36, as he says here. Okay, Mispar Yamim Mashon. This is the third row in this lua in this table. Bisman Shkova Piriya, the Shana Pshuta 352 and 356 days. I'm not going to translate, just going to do the numbers. 352 to 356 days. A leap year, 381 to 385. According to Chesed Rabbi Akiva, it would be 354 to 355 in a regular year, and 383 to 384 in a leap year. According to Cheshbon Rabbi Hillel and our current Cheshbonos, in a regular year, it could be 353 to 355. In a leap year, it could be 383 to 385. And the months are Molei Chaser, B'Seirugin, meaning Molei Chaser, Molei Chaser, Molei Chaser, right? How do you translate surrogate in English?
Alternating?
Alternating, thank you. Question Kislev Lemilui B'Chiso Shonami Luach HaKavua. So Cheshvan and Kislev, they fluctuate. Those are the 2 months that fluctuate. They can either both be 29, both 30, or 29-30. Depending on what we need to do in order to make in order to fix the following Rosh Hashanah. So we already know in Cheshvan and Kislev when the following Rosh Hashanah is going to be. Of course, we know now because of the Luach. But then, at that time, presumably Cheshvan and Kislev could still fluctuate, and therefore they had to figure it out. And that's why I had a machlokas of Sadi going Rabbi Rahamim Meir, which had to do with Cheshvan and Kislev. Okay. So if you have a variation, a machlokas, but Cheshvan and Kislev is going to manifest itself not just following Rosh Hashanah, but the following Pesach as well. Right?
Right.
Because the Cheshvan Kislev, and that was the issue with Rabbi Rahamim Meir and Rabbi Sadi going. Okay. Ibur Asher of Yom HaTkufa. When would you make a leap month? Right? So a time of the Zman Shkuva period is fifth one in this column. Based on Simoni Aviva Tkufa Fiat Tzorech, based on the signs when the spring had come or as necessary, right? This was Simoni Aviv, were natural signs, and Fiat Tzorech was, of course, if there was an issue of Aliyah L'Regel. Time of Cheshbon Akiva, of course, is no Aliyah L'Regel anymore. Ibar Shem is Pete Kufas HaNisan. That do with the Kufa of Nisan, Yom HaTkufa, which is 21 by March, according to the Julian calendar. And this is true throughout. There was no Gregorian calendar until the 1500s. So Gregorian Julian calendar is the calendar which determines the seasons in the Jewish calendar, which is very problematic today. Because the Julian calendar and the Gregorian calendar have a significant discrepancy. I think it's 15 days today. And that's why there's discrepancy of, we've discussed this, right? The Saint Talmud Livracha in Chutz La'aretz. The Saint Talmud Livracha in Chutz La'aretz keeps getting later in the Gregorian calendar because the discrepancy between the Julian and Gregorian calendars. So it used to be November 21st, 60 days after the Kufa when it's supposed to be. But every century gets later now because the discrepancy of the Julian Gregorian calendar are 1 day for every century. You know why? Because years, millennium years divisible by 400,
right,
are still leap years according to the Julian calendar, but not according to the Gregorian calendar. So actually, I think it's every millennium year is divisible by 400, if I'm not mistaken. That's
right.
No, can't be. Because so I think it's so. Okay, I don't remember. I think it's so it's not. I think that it must go up by a day every 400 years. No, it has to be more than that. Okay, I don't remember. There is some discrepancy. It keeps on growing. Okay, I don't want to take a cry for it because I don't remember it offhand. Okay. So in any event, so the Yom HaTkufa is the 21st of March. For some reason, he says, according to Rabbi Hillel, the Yom HaTkufa was in the 20th of March. And now we have, in our day and age, a Machzor Kavua Shiyut Shonim. We have a cycle of 19 years, and we no longer take the seasons into account. Right? The seasons, we hope, work out on their own. The leap years are Guch Adzat. I guess the 3rd year, the 6th year, the 8th year, the 11th year, the 14th year, the 17th year, and the 19th year. Okay. Cheshbonos, let's just do, I know it's late, let's just do the next two lines. Those are Rabbi Akiva's Yachsim Eser HaShonim. They're for the 10 years from Gimel Tatzav to Gimel Tatkav. At Kufas Muchal Mer Bar Kochba V'churim Beitar. Yishtamshu B'cheshbon Tkufa Ktsar Bilvad V'achrei Chen Chazu L'Kadesh L'Aber Mikodem. Okay, this again, I have no idea where this comes from, but he says that Rabbi Akiva, for a short amount of time, during the days of Rabbi Akiva, during the right before the Mer Bar Kochba, they went over to Cheshbon. And the Cheshbon of Hillel Mitzachsim L'Shisa Shal Tkufa. This is the Cheshbon of Rabbi Hillel are going to the beginning of the Tkufa, meaning from the year 359. And Tkufa Zashul Chabin Nimshcha Kar V'Archamesh Shana. This lasts about 500 years, during which the other clothing were added. Tkufa Cheshbon Tkufa Zu Ayin Masipur now Shel Yofe. Okay, we can finish the page, but it's late. So you want to finish the page next time?
Yeah, we'll finish it next time.
Yeah. Okay.
Ugh.
It's kind of complicated, right?
It's complicated. It's interesting.
Yes. Okay. So we will finish next time. Then we'll see the letter of Rosh Kalusa, which again, following letter on page 27, was only found in the Cairo Geniza, if I recall correctly, and therefore all these things are fascinating that they happen. We found out about them relatively recently. Okay. Have a great week. Take care. Bye now.
Bye.